Hello warriors. So as you know, I talk about my experience in my videos, and I'm in my 30s now, and slowly I'm realizing that there are so many shiny objects hidden in the world that we think that they're gonna give us such a fucking beautiful experience, and we are craving those experiences, and then when we have that, when we finally get them, we understand that there is not much actually in there for us, and there's no joy, there is no deep fulfillment, there is no happiness. And I think one of the greatest examples is having sex with girls, like and especially guys, I was an idiot in my 20s, and I was shy, I was closed up in my mind, and I couldn't approach girls, and with time I I've been reading books, studying, I met the right people on my way, and I realized and I discovered a process to actually become good with women. And so I started to sleep with some women, and then I increased my awareness on the subject, and I reached a point where I was sleeping around a lot. And this is the greatest example, because now that in my 30s I realized that, when you see a girl and you look at her and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, wow, I would love to sleep with her, and you just have this like feeling inside you, and it seems so authentic, it's your instinct, and you want to have sex with her, and wow, my gosh, it's like strong, and you cannot sleep at night because it's, wow, you want that so bad. And that's the best example of a shiny object, because then if you work your way there and actually you have sex, you realize in that specific moment where you start to have sex, or especially when you come the first time, my gosh, you understand that you tell yourself, why am I doing it? It just doesn't make any sense. I'm weak, I'm controlled my sexual desire, I'm not free to choose, I'm a slave of the wild beast that is living inside myself, and is telling me to just go and hunt girls and have sex with them. But it just doesn't make any sense, because at the end of the day, I started to just pay attention and bring consciousness and awareness in those acts. Okay, so I didn't stop to do it. But I started to bring some awareness and some consciousness and some thinking around that, and I started to just observe with a honest, open heart. And I realized that at the end of the day, that makes me miserable. I don't feel good at all. I just don't feel good. It's such a exhausting experience, because you have to really, it takes time to get good with girls, to get good, feeling good with yourself and working on that, and also it takes time to seduce and energy, and your mind is occupied with that, and it takes away a lot of time and energy and resources from your life. And then to do what? To have sex, and then you have sex, and even sex is depleting you of your energy, stealing your energy, your awareness, my depth of experience. At least that's my case. If I have sex with a woman, and I come let's say 2 times, and then the sex is you need a lot of energy. Okay, you need physical energy, then you waste your semen, you waste again your energy, and at the end you're just like this, you're just a zombie. And it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I understand that this machine wants me to make more of myself, and it's just a basic instinct, and it's all fine. But then slowly I'm trying to detach from that, and I see that it's all it's fake. I don't need that. It's just making my life experience worse. And because then, they say that girls that slept with too many guys, they develop some kind of, they cannot pair bond anymore with other guys. They cannot have a proper type of old school relationship where you just get really attached to a person. But that's true also for guys. Like, I experimented that in myself, so I know that, and I saw other guys is like that. Of course, I think it's a little bit worse for, I think it's worse for women, but even guys can develop that. And I feel that there is so much to lose. So that's the best example I can give you for shiny objects, for a shiny object. But then there are many other shiny objects out there that God left around. So my point is that, like making extreme amount of money, like focusing too much on money, or eating that fast food, you just want it so bad, you just want to go and eat as much as you can at McDonald's and get smashed, but at the end you just feel miserable and sick. There are so many things that you can, of course, think about right now, but what I'm realizing slowly is that every time that you try to spike your brain chemistry with all this stuff, you're actually losing something. You're actually losing something of yourself. It's like if you keep increasing. That's my point. If you keep increasing the strength of the experience, then your capability to feel diminish. That's what I see in myself, okay? Instead, if I diminish the strength of the experiences that I'm having, and I try to become more sensitive to life, then life becomes more beautiful. Like, I try to just be more quiet, and I don't want this like wild sex with a random girl just met, having sex in a toilet, and those strong experiences, I see that they steal something from myself, from my soul. They steal some energy, they steal some focus, awareness, and I have too much to lose. And I'm slowly changing my mind, and I see that those shiny objects are not as shiny as they look like at the end. They're just shiny, but they're not gold or silver. It's just plastic, man. It's shining because it's just plastic. Yes, that's the point of the video today, guys. Very honest point. And I see that, for example, you can see in life when you actually go in the opposite direction. For example, I just make an example. If you just learn to sit down and do nothing and just concentrate on your breath and you meditate, you will find out that there is so much joy and connection and happiness and depth of experience in such a simple act, that if you think about it, it's just the opposite of having these super wild experiences and skydiving and bungee jumping and wild safari through I don't know where, like all these super strong crazy experiences. You know, I feel they don't give me that much anymore. I feel they don't give me much anymore. I think it's way more about your ability to become more sensitive to life, so to feel the experience more. And a couple of days ago I was in a park. I was out in the nature, and I saw those 3 dogs just wandering around, and the sun was beautiful and the wind was blowing, and I don't know, I was just there. And I realized that moment was fucking beautiful. It was just so beautiful, man. It was so beautiful. And if I have to compare that with a wild night out with a woman, for example, man, at the end of the day, I think the dogs just having fun are winning the game. It's just more beautiful for me, and it doesn't have any side effect. I know it's kind of silly, and maybe I know I was not thinking like this in my 20s, but now that I'm in my 30s, I see this clear. It doesn't have any downside. So I think it's more about you becoming more aware and sensitive to life. Like, you can see the same things of other people, but then you can feel in another way. You can just feel in another way. So it doesn't matter what you do, because I try to be in some super fancy, beautiful beaches with a nice girl under my arm and feel miserable inside myself. Watching a sunset, everything is beautiful, and you just don't feel good inside yourself. And then I tried also to be in some super shitty fucking hostel €4 per night, and where everything was smelly and stinky, and I don't know, was just super bad. And laying down in that fucking bed, I remember that specific moment. I was in Spain, I think. Yeah, I was in Spain, and I was just laying down in that bed, and everything was just amazing. Everything was just beautiful, man. I felt amazing. There was nothing specific about that moment, but my depth of awareness, my capability to connect with the present. And yeah, that's what I'm focused on lately. And I think it's more valuable than just trying to get all these shiny objects in life that everybody think that they're fucking amazing and they make you happy, but they don't at the end of the day. But if you don't try, you don't know. That's the point. You have to try. You have to try. Peace, guys. Have a nice day.